Welcome to the Net Live. Thanks very much for taking on the task of being here. First question, when did you guys really know that this tour was in danger of collapsing?
On Tuesday, after more than 7 years. This is what we know for sure. For us to solve this extraordinary problem that is so many years in the making, it's going to take the cooperation of both parties. It's not going to happen in any other way.
We know it was 24 days. You say you went into crisis mode. From that moment, what was your immediate actions? Who were you targeting? Where were the opportunities that you really thought you could get that $2 million or that $4 million?
Russia, China, Germany, France, Great Britain.
Obviously, you're walking around with a heavy heart, as am I, and all the staff, and people just kind of now go their own way. I mean, some people are kind of waiting to see what happens with volleyball. I'm trying to see what new fish I can fry. But what are you going to do? Are you going to stay here? Are you looking to get back in volleyball, or have you thought about what you're going to do with your family?
Well, we are going to do some Christmas shopping, and Malia and Sasha have already put their list together. It's mostly for Santa.
You mentioned RJSM and managing partner Nick Lewin.
I don't know what he said, but I hope it was good.
The sentiment I hear so often is frustration, disappointment, and Lewin's bad guy. And his attitude on this show, I thought, stunk.
This is not untypical. One of the things you sign up for in politics is folks yell at you.
Woefully immature, ill-informed, and self-serving. I thought it was garbage.
This is no picnic for me either, Buster.
Barnett and those guys want to learn how to serve. How do they do that?
That makes no sense. I think it's fitting to pause for a moment and reflect on the meaning of patriotism.
There is something to be said about people rooting for the countries. And you've seen it firsthand at the Olympics.
The flag comes first.
And so have I.
Yeah.
I believe it with every fiber of my being.
What were some of the other sticking points as you tried to get that investment capital? And does the AVP name really have value that exceeds its debt, or is it better to start over with some sort of new name?
When the politics is put aside, the reality of our fiscal challenge is not subject to interpretation. Math is not partisan. There ought to be a debate about how to close our deficits. What we can't accept is business as usual.
Hold on, Millie wants she wants a different Jordan.
Well, I guess in light of what has happened, what do you want to say to the players that really were assured by you at some of these tournaments that things were going to continue and things were going to be okay, and now a lot of those players are simply out of work and there is no other option for their trade that they ply?
It's just inspiring to spend time with people who've demonstrated what it means to persevere in the face of tragedy, to rebuild in the face of ruin.
Where's Karch in all this?
That's a good question. And, we've talked about the model being broken, and Corona Wide Open may be on to some of what the model should be. You mentioned the bikini contest, and they've gotten rid of the sex appeal. Oh, we're not about that kind of thing. It's exploitation. Well, that's nice and PC, but, maybe you're drawing more people into your event because you have that.
I won't hesitate to embrace a good idea from my friends in the minority party, but I also won't hesitate to condemn what I consider to be obstinacy that's rooted not in substantive disagreements, but in political expedience. How are we doing on sound, guys? Can you guys still hear us? Okay. Let me try this one more time. The story of America isn't about people who quit when things got tough. It's about people who kept going, who tried harder, who loved their country too much to do anything less than their best. It's the story of students who sat where you sit 20 years ago, who founded Google and Twitter and Facebook and changed the way we communicate with each other.
If you're going to pump up his Twitter, can you pump up mine, Geeter 3? I mean, I have 982 followers. I would love to get to 1,000.
We know that this just happened to you on Friday. You've had very little time to really process it and work through it. But do you at this point have any takeaways from your experience?
We can't keep throwing money at the problem, hoping for a different result. We need to approach the old challenge with new energy, new ideas, and a new, efficient style of leadership. So I expect all of you to get serious this year. I expect you to put your best effort into everything you do. I expect great things from each of you. So don't let us down. Don't let your family down or your country down. Most of all, don't let yourself down. Make us all proud. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless. God bless America.